Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to Hazel, Lucia Tarot. I'm Stephanie and today we're going to have a fun, maybe a little juicy reading about you and your person and the chemistry between you. So this is more like a beginner type of relationship or situationship or maybe even crush energy where you have some kind of chemistry between you and your person and you're not quite sure what to make out of it. Or even if you're already maybe dating or at the beginning stages of your relationship, you kind of want to see where this may end up going because as you may or may not know, at the beginning of a relationship, you might have like really strong chemistry and then it may fizzle out. Or vice versa, you might have no chemistry and you want to see if there ever will be. So we have 4 piles here for you today. We have pile 1 with our little clear quartz star, pile 2 with the carnelian heart, pile 3 with the selenite heart, and pile 4 with a shungite heart. So think about you and your person, the chemistry between you two, and pick a pile and I'll be ready for you whenever you are. Hello there, pile 1. If you chose the cute little clear quartz star, we have a reading here for you today about you and your person and the chemistry between the both of you. So this is going to be a little bit of an interesting reading because we're not going to look at this card until the end. This is from the what's it called? But it's kind of like one of those decks where you get a yes and no answer. It's called the Illuminator's Amulet. And it basically gives you an answer to a question. So if you have a question in mind, it could be the one of the theme of this reading, or it could be one that you may have had in your head or were thinking about, or you could go ahead and ask one now and we'll look at it towards the end of our reading. I'm going to set that to the side, but right away, the chemistry between you and your person, I was hit with a very strong scent of caramel corn. It could be this candle, but it made me start thinking of like theme parks or maybe like a fair, like a festival affair, or a anywhere where you kind of get like fair food, fair snacks, or maybe even a movie theater. But for some reason, the theme park suggestion stuck with me. I'm not sure if you and your person have already been to a theme park together, but if you're looking for something to do, I feel like it would be interesting if you took your person to a theme park, because I'm somebody who likes to go to theme parks. I like to ride roller coasters and go on rides and stuff. But you really learn a lot about a person when you're having to deal with, you know, long lines, going on thrill rides, navigating a big giant park with a map. You learn a lot about somebody. So if you're looking for like a good date to really figure out how you and your person might get along, take them to a theme park, especially if you yourself already like one and you know are used to one. But let's move on to your oracles to see how exactly this chemistry between you and your person is. We have flow. We also have grasshopper spirit, take a leap of faith, number 30. We have abundance. You got 2 of the Secret Creator cards, befriend the word polarize. Sacred mirrors. I feel like that goes with flow, and also the number 33 down here, which is a master number. It's actually my master number, and I am the age 33 right now as well. So that number has been pretty lucky personally, but it's a really interesting number. The master number is about healing, because number 6 can be a healer, but number 33 is somebody who just naturally heals people without trying to. I've been told that a lot in my life by several people, and you might have some sort of empathic or healing abilities yourself, or your person could as well. I'm also thinking that together, if you combine your numbers together, you make the number 33. So there is a chance that you and your person might have a very healing effect on people. I'm hearing through the kind of fun you have and the energy you give off. But let's look at the last card. I have this from the I Am So Totally Into You deck. It was a great kiss. It was if one of us, had been a frog, it would have had some seriously impressive consequences. Lorelai Gilmore from Gilmore Girls. I don't know if some of you like that show. I've never watched it, but I know it's a very, I've heard it's a very talkative show where they kind of talk a lot. I might be thinking of another show, but correct me if I'm wrong. Again, I've never watched it. But something about having great conversation between you and your partner was coming up as I was reading this. Or your person. I say partner. I feel like some of you might already be in a connection because I have nothing but good stuff to say right now. There is a flow and there is abundance. there's mirrors. So I feel like you and your person definitely had you got along very easily, or you do get along very easily. There's something very easy about this connection, and it almost feels like it might be a little bit, especially if you're somebody who's already been jaded by a lot of previous connections. I feel like some of you may have thought this was a little too easy, and this may be the reason that you are at this reading now. But here with Take a Leap of Faith, if for some reason you're not feeling the romance quite yet, give it time, because there is something about befriend, the word polarized. Okay, so some of you might have that feeling that you might be at odds with each other. You might have different views on certain things, but they won't be like very crucial things. For example, maybe your person likes to be in the cold and you like to be in the warm. It's that kind of polarity. Or maybe you just have very different ways of going about doing stuff. Maybe you're more organized and your person isn't, but somehow you both get the same stuff done. Looking into the polarities within your connection, because something tells me there's something about that that is actually going to add to the physical chemistry in your connection. With this quote, I have to read it again because I was distracted by the image I was getting. It was a great kiss. If it had been a frog, if one of us had been a frog, it would have had some seriously impressive consequences. You know what? I'm not sure if there's been a kiss yet, or this could, but something tells me that there's been multiple attempts at trying to get something going here. You may have been friends for a while, you may have been coworkers, or maybe classmates, something where like you or your person may have tried more than once to do something romantically, to like take that next step forward, but it took a while. Like you may have known each other for maybe a year or two, or maybe several, depending on what your time frame is, of course. But it took a while, because it's taken me a while to get this through, this whole quote. And something about a kiss. So I'm not sure if there's been a kiss yet or not, but now I'm hearing that song by Cher, It's in His Kiss, so you'll be able to tell about this chemistry with the kiss. I also love that it's a very calming green. In fact, that's kind of a very calming color scheme here, because it also made me think of like The Princess and the Frog, where in that movie, if you've seen it, it took them a moment to realize that they were really into each other. So likewise, I feel like there's something very gentle about this connection, very gentle about your chemistry. The flow is what really gets me, though, that it was very easy to get along with your person. But again, I feel like you may not have seen them in every setting. So if that suggestion I had at the beginning about taking them to a theme park to really put them under certain pressures, not bad ones, of course, just like to see how they deal with crowds, long lines. Even if you yourself don't like these things, I think it would still be interesting to see how they deal with it. And of course, and if you don't like that in the end, you can always just call it a day after an hour or two and do whatever you want. But especially if you're somebody who's looking for a long-term partner, because I do get the feeling some of you might be in your 30s, or at least mid-20s, or if not at those ages, then you're at that stage in your life where you really want to look for somebody to settle down with. Don't think there's anything wrong with testing your partner. After all, you are going to want to spend the rest of your life with them. And I'm not saying this to be mean about it or to even be deceptive. It's more to just assess how they would be if they, for example, if you wanted to have children, how they would be as a parent, or how they would handle family situations, those kinds of things. With abundance here, I do get the feeling that when you come together, you will actually have quite a bit of whatever it is that you need. I'm not going to say money, though that could be the case, but I'm getting the feeling that you will get exactly what you need when you need it. So you may suddenly find yourself finding the home you've always wanted, or the job you've always wanted, or something about finances. They're just something you don't really have to worry about. Your person themselves could also make a lot of money. So this could be one reason that you have decided to take an interest in them. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, again, depending on what you want in life, if you do want to start a family, you want a mate who will be able to provide if you're the one who's going to take care of the children, or vice versa. But something about if you're, because I do get the feeling that there might be some male viewers for this who are into women. If for whatever reason you don't yet have the abundance, do understand that once you get to that point where you want to make things serious with your partner, the money will come in, is what I'm hearing. And then you'll know it's time to, you know, start your family, however you want to start your family. The polarizing one is really interesting because all these cards are very, we have mirrors and then we have polarized. We have flow and we have take a leap of faith. This could be a connection where your astrological signs are opposites, but it may not feel that way until it comes to very specific things. There's also something about nature. So if the theme park thing isn't your kind of vibe, maybe go on a hike, because hiking can be very similar, especially if you go on one that has multiple trails where you have a map and stuff, where you have to figure out the trail or, you know, deal with very steep inclines, or maybe the sun if it's a sunny day, or the weather. Not that I recommend hiking on a terrible weather day, but still, if it's like windy or if it's sunny or hot, it's that kind of situation. But let's move on to the tarot, because that's all I'm getting so far. Is just very peaceful, very gentle kind of energy in chemistry between the both of you. It's interesting that this grasshopper is wearing a crown, though. It's very cute. One or the both of you might have Leo in your placements, because for some reason, when I think of crowns, I think of the astrological sign Leo. Or something very dignified at the very least about you or your person. So for the tarot, I'm using the Mythos Tarot, and I'm going to clarify with the Empyrean Mini Tarot, which I've had for a while. Or no, I haven't had it for a while. It feels like I've had it for a while because I've used it so much. But I love it. And this might be the same with your person. You may feel like you have known them forever, even though you haven't. People might meet you and think you've been together for like years and years, but you've only known each other for like 1 or 2 or something like that. Yeah, something about 1 or 2 years. You may have, that's the amount of time I'm getting for how long you've known your person. All right, so the Mythos Tarot for my beautiful pile 1 and their person. We have 10 of Wands, Iris. This is a Greek mythology-based deck. It's interesting that it came reversed. I don't read reversals, but I'll do it this one time just because there's something about that polarization and something about a very slight struggle, because again, just something about this connection feels like it's too easy for you, my dear pile 1. We also have 7 of Cups, Hesperus. Are all these upside down? I might just have this upside down. Options. We also have Ace of Swords, Chaos. They all want to come up upside down, and I don't have it upside down, right? And 2 more cards. We have 6 of Cups, Mnemosyne, which is the vibes I was getting at the beginning with the oracles. That makes sense. And 1 last card. We have 3 of Swords, Eros. Interesting. Back of the deck energy, we have the Magician, Hecate. And then to clarify with the Empyrean Tarot for my pile 1 and their person. To clarify the 10 of Wands. We have the 3 of Swords again with the 3 of Daggers. Clarify the 7 of Cups, we have the Sovereign of Daggers. This would be the Queen of Swords. To clarify the Ace of Swords, we have the King of Swords. Interesting. Lots of swords energy. So there might be a lot of Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. I was talking a lot about that verboseness at the beginning, where you just feel like talking a lot to each other. And that would make sense for swords. For the 6 of Cups, we have the 4 of Daggers, and the 4 of Swords. And for the 3 of Swords, to clarify, we have the 8 of Wands. Back of the deck energy, the Sun. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, there is a sense that there's something very brief about this connection. This may have been a fling, this may have been a situationship, despite the fact that you've been knowing each other for a while. This could be a friends with benefits situation, because of the 10 of Wands, reversed, it's assuming, well, the way I read reversal is that assuming that at one point or at some point in the future, it will become upright. It's part of the reason I don't really read reversals, because it feels like anytime that they are reversed, it's momentary, temporary. But with 10 of Wands and the 3 of Swords here, so this is something that comes along after a heartbreak or after some longer connection has been broken off, either by you or your person. And I feel like this is just somebody to really get you out there again, somebody that you can have fun with. With the 7 of Cups and the Queen of Swords here. So there's definitely more options, both for you and your person. And this is just one of the people that you are looking as a possible contender, because again, like I said, it may come too easily for you, that what this connection gives you. And there's nothing wrong with that, but there might be a chance that you or your person might want more of a challenge in your connection. It's almost like, and especially because the 6 of Cups came up, if this is somebody that reminds you of like your childhood, or of somebody from your past, or I don't know, something is very familiar about them, it brings up the nostalgia. Maybe you're both from like the same place, the same background, culture, or maybe you both grew up in the same town. There's just something a little too easy about it. It gives me South Node energy, where the North Node is where you want to be progressing forward in life. The South Node is where you may have come from in a past life. So it will feel familiar. It will feel faded, but it can feel a little bit, how do you say it? It can feel like it holds you back after a while, despite the fact that it feels very familiar. So this person is just one of your options. And I would like to read you as the Queen of Swords here. In fact, I want to read you as both of these, King and Queen, in this reading pile 1. With the Ace of Swords and the King of Swords. What's interesting is that this may progress into be a little bit more, but you'll have to give it time, because there's something that needs to be worked out. If it is meant to be something that lasts a lot longer, one or the both of you have to really release what is in the past, whatever this past connection, person was, or even if it's not a connection, it could be some sort of loss. Because with the 3 of Swords coming up twice, you're grieving, or both of you are grieving. It's almost like, I get the feeling that, you know what, we did have mirrors in the oracles, and the fact that we have it both up here and here, there is a sense that you both may understand each other's broken hearts. It's like that saying, and I hate the saying, but it can ring true sometimes, misery loves company. So it's almost like you both understand each other's wounds and are thinking that you can help heal each other. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you have to be very honest about where this connection is headed going forward. Like I said, I do get a lot of friends with benefits out of this. Like maybe you're both just looking for something easy right now so that you don't have to work too hard at this connection. You already know each other. You already understand the chemistry. You like to have fun together. You like to, the words come very naturally to you, but the intuition about this doesn't, if that makes any sense. Because I'm having a hard time tapping into a specific energy. I want to say it's your person's, not yours, pile 1. But their energy is just a little bit hard to read, which means that they are hiding certain things. So they may not reveal themselves entirely to you, because there is a sense of, with the 4 of Daggers here, and, well, no, not the 8 of Wands. With the 4 of Daggers and the 3 of Swords here, there is a sense of keeping some cards close to their, not revealing all their cards right away. They are keeping some things to themselves. But with the 6 of Cups here, it's very interesting, because I'm being drawn to the butterflies around her head. One eye is covered by this butterfly and the other eye is revealed. So they're not revealing their entire selves to you. Despite the fact that they may share a lot of very interesting details, there are certain details they're leaving out, if that makes any sense. I feel like, yes, you'll talk about your childhoods, but they won't say everything that's gone on. With the 4 of Daggers, though, I do get that sense of rest and meditation, but I'm also getting dreams. There might be certain dreams you have about this person that are going to reveal a lot more to you. than they ever would. And that's all I'm getting from that. Just pay attention to your dreams, because I'm not really getting an image of what kind of dreams you might have. It'll be different for everybody. But yeah, especially if you're somebody who's a very vivid dreamer, or if you already pay attention to your dreams, do expect there to be some messages coming through your person. With the Three of Swords and the Eight of Wands, though, I do expect the both of you to get over this broken heart rather easily and rather quickly. But it's weird. It's like it's very heavy and it's very profound. But just as soon as both you and this person decide to embark on your adventure together, you kind of get over the person or the situation, whatever it is, because I love these bottom of the deck cards. We have the Magician, which is the manifester. This is somebody who is, I don't want to say in total control, but they definitely have the ability to manipulate their surroundings and their realities. And then we have the Sun, which is joy, it's confidence, it's a little bit of that, I don't want to say childlike wonder. Yeah, because I always think of the little baby on the horse in the Rider-Waite Tarot. So it does give me the sense that when you meet each other, and maybe even the first few times you get together, there's going to be a sense of melancholy. There's going to be a sense of maybe even anxiety. And part of that is because I really do feel like you both like each other. More so your person than you, actually. I feel like they're going to try to impress you more than you them. Because you kind of weren't really looking for this. You just kind of agreed because why not? I feel like you really like this person, but you're not really, you're on the fence about whether they're going to be somebody who's for the long term, or if they're just temporary. Or maybe you haven't really thought about just making them temporary, or vice versa, one of those two. There is a sense, though, that there's just something very sweet and innocent about this connection. But it's not something that is going to, the beginning of it won't be easy, for sure. And the chemistry is mostly, honestly, it's all words. It's all mental. I feel like this isn't supposed to be an 18+ reading, but I do feel like you send each other very spicy messages and whatnot. So that could have been the reason. Lots of flirtation as well. That could have been the reason you decided to give this person a go, because there was a lot of flirtiness either from them or from you, or maybe they brought that out in you. But it was harmful at first, but then you decided, you know what, why not? And I feel like there's something about that flirtatiousness that really like boosts your confidence with the Sun here, boosts your for some of you, your feminine side, and for some of you, it reinvigorates that masculine side of you. Whatever you identify as, or however you express your sexuality, that's definitely what they bring out in you somehow. What's the back of the deck? Or sorry, below this is Temperance, Balance, and below this, Knight of Coins, Sephiros. It's quite interesting. Yeah, you've known them for a while, whoever this person is. Or at least long enough that you can consider each other friends. But it's not a friend that you would mind losing, if that makes any sense. So it's not like you were like the bestest friends. This is more like a casual friend and acquaintance. Like if you were to not see this person after, if this connection ends, then you would be fine with it. I think that's part of the reason you were okay taking a chance on this. What else is coming through? It's a very interesting connection, very casual for sure. So again, if you want to test this person, take them through a theme park if you want them for the long haul. Or you could just go. Maybe you both like thrill rides as well. Or maybe that's, I don't know, something about a theme park. It might also just be me wanting to go to a theme park. But because I've gone to them so much, and I've been with so many kinds of people too. I've been with my family, I've been with friends, I've been with school functions, and with several partners. So it's like, you really do get to see what kind of people are when you take them to a place like, for example, Disney World or Six Flags. I've learned that I like people who like thrill rides. Those people can ride with me. Quite literally. All right, so for the end of this, we have your card. We also have, I'm using the Hermit Tarot channeled messages. However, I didn't realize when I bought this that this was actually a bootleg, because I've noticed the cards are very small. I don't mind it. I have small hands, so they fit me. So if any of you who watch the Hermit Tarot, or if the Hermit Tarot is watching this herself, then I'm sorry. I will try to do better next time. I should have just bought from the official place, but that shipping cost was, yeah, that shipping cost was a bit much for me. But regardless, this is the same deck and I love it. So some channeled messages from your person about the chemistry and this connection. So we have, for what do you want? I am getting a lot of that energy where you both kind of can't decide what this connection is or what it will be. That's why it gives me a lot of friends with benefits and situationship vibes. You could just be dating, but there's kind of been like no set definition of what this is or what it could be. So there is a chance that you both need to sort this out somehow. Because I get the feeling you talk a lot, but you may have tried to talk around it. We also have, I'm sorry. If for some reason you weren't aware that they were getting over somebody, or that they weren't aware you were getting over somebody, there could be some apologies here. Or it may not have been very clear what this was meant to be. So I do get the feeling that you or them will apologize. We also have wait. So I know as I'm recording this, we're in a Mercury retrograde. So maybe set your definitions of this connection after the fact, because you don't want to keep going back and forth on it. We also have, you have so many choices and options. Yeah, like I said, we had the Seven of Cups earlier in the tarot. You still have options, pile one. So if it doesn't work out with this person, I mean, there's plenty of people out there for you. We have you are wrong. This makes me think of that polarities card. I feel like there's just something you two disagree on that is going to be a deal breaker for you or your person. Or I don't know, something about a very core thing that you disagree on. And maybe you haven't even come to that yet. All right, let's get one more. Yeah, like I said, maybe it's a friends with benefits situation. Oh, no, I love the back of the deck. Number 8. I'm too afraid to talk to you. Yeah, maybe you both are afraid of having this conversation because you know where it will go. All right, let's look at your Illuminator card. We have chill out. So if some of you are worrying a little bit much about what this connection is or what the chemistry between you and your person is, one, do know that there is sexual chemistry here. This may have already been obvious between you and your person. Whether it will last or not, it's just too early to say. I also almost said too easy. It's almost too easy. And I'm also getting a sense of easy come, easy go. So if it felt a little too easy to get into this physically, just understand that it may be the same case with several other people on your person's part. However, I do get the feeling that they genuinely like you, but there's just something about this that isn't going to progress forward for whatever reason. But with chill out, I am also getting a sense that what you are looking for is out there for you, pile one. It's all a sense of just taking the time to breathe and waiting for the best thing. And this is all I have for you today, pile one. Thank you so much for letting me read for you and your person. If any of this resonated, please let me know down in the comments. And if you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 2. If you chose this carnelian heart, then we have a reading here for you today about you and your person and the chemistry between the both of you. So right away, I'm getting some sacral chakra energy. So this is the creative chakra as well as the procreative chakra, because that's centered around your pelvic region, the hips, and of course the sexual organs. So there's something very creative and actually very I'm getting some sort of intensity, some kind of slow burning intensity between you and your person. And right away, I'm picking up on this energy very strongly. So it's very interesting. So let's see what the chemistry between you and your person is. This is from the Illuminator Amulet deck. And we're going to look at this at the very end because this is one of those decks where it answers a question like yes or no. So whatever question you had in mind, or it could be whatever question this reading is answering. Keep that in mind. We'll look at it towards the end after we look at your energies, the tarot, and channeled messages. So let me set that off to the side here. So you and your person, let's look at your oracles. We have creativity. What was I saying about that that sacral chakra? I almost said 8th house. Maybe you and or your person have a very heavy 8th house as well. We also have intuition. Yeah, I feel like you're definitely intuitive, Pile 2, but I'm not sure if your person is. If they aren't aware, I get the feeling they'll find out, at least through being with you. We also have Bat Spirit, a rebirth is assured. Lion Spirit, be generous of spirit. 5 and 37. We also have Love, ooh. And get back to elemental. And then this is from the I Am So Totally Into You quote deck. She gathered me, man, the pieces I am. She gathered them and give them back to me in all the right order. Toni Morrison, beloved. So I get the feeling this is a connection that's been together for a bit. And I wasn't getting that from the other pile. God, it's so different. But I am getting very heavy Scorpio energy already. It's really interesting. This is also one of the few decks that had 2 of the Prism Oracle and the Animal. So I do get the sense that this is a connection where you both have your own energies, but they blend in very well. With creativity and intuition, I really do get the feeling that you and your person really ignite each other's creativity, passions, and you definitely inspire one another. So there is a chance that you could do creative endeavors together. You could work as a team on the same creative projects, whatever that may be. I'm not really getting work vibes. I get the feeling more that you both may have your own business, or you may work for like a smaller company, or maybe like a small division of a bigger company, but you definitely inspire each other and work together. Even if it's not like an actual visual arts, it could be maybe a stage play. It could also be like a more creative aspect of whatever your career happens to be, even if it's something like, I don't know, advertisement, even though advertisements themselves are very much creative. But there's something about you inspiring one another or pinging off of each other. With Bat Spirit, a rebirth is assured, and Lion Spirit. So bats always make me think of Scorpio for whatever reason. I'm not sure if that's accurate though, but because they're night creatures and because of Batman, they make me think of Scorpio. So you could have a square in your chart because we have Leo here as well. But I'm also getting Taurus, oddly enough, from the bat because of their ears. They rely heavily on their ears. And I know Tauruses are known for, I don't know if they have great hearing, though I've been told I have, and I'm a Taurus. But I know they have like audio harmony. Most Tauruses I've known have had some sort of either they sing or they play music. Music is very important. So the sound that they take in is very important to them. And likewise, I feel like either you or your person have this. So you might have a very calm and peaceful surroundings. Maybe you always have like really good music in the background, or at the very least, the kind of music that you both enjoy is always going on in the background. With Leo, I also get the feeling that you really enjoy dressing nice, and for some of you, you might really. I'm hearing a glow up around this person. There's just something about this person that kind of makes you want to get all dressed up, look nice, have your hair done. You know, if you wear makeup, you might want to do your makeup. There's just something very pleasant about this connection. You definitely set a vibe, and I feel like that just adds to your chemistry. With love here, it's very interesting. I feel like the love came before the chemistry, if anything. Like it felt like it was very sudden, but it was very genuine, if that makes any sense. With Get Back to Elemental, you could be outdoorsy people. Also, this reminds me of The Legend of Zelda, the Triforce in The Legend of Zelda. You might be into video games, or that might just be something you two do together. But there is a sense here that whoever the masculine is fell for the feminine in this connection, because she gathered me, the pieces I am. Give them back to me in all the right order. There is a sense that the chemistry here is definitely a lot more spiritual than you give it credit for. Maybe you're not aware of it or your person isn't aware of it, but there's something about just feeling right together and everything feeling very, very at peace, very secure, and very loving. I feel like if you have a home together, it's definitely one that just always feels calm and wonderful. You might have like a very unique looking house with creativity here, because I do get the feeling that you like to express yourself. You both express yourselves in very specific ways, in ways that people know, oh yeah, that's pile two. Pile two would do that. That's exactly a very pile two thing to do. And whoever your person is, they definitely bring that out of you. It's very interesting because I know some people can have a glow up in certain relationships, but I feel like it was more profound in this connection than anything. I would be very surprised if you're not together, pile two. But numbers coming through, we have the number 5, so you could have a life path 5. We also have 37 and 48. And I'm not sure if, I can't remember if it was a book, but I'm pretty sure it's a movie, Beloved by Toni Morrison. Or do I have that backwards? I know it's a book, but I'm not sure if it's a movie. Beloved by Toni Morrison. So that could be an important piece of writing for either of you. Get back to elemental. It reminds me of grounding as well. So I feel like whenever you two get together and you're ever out of sorts, or if you've had a bad day, or if just something isn't right, you come back to each other and you... Why am I seeing Avatar: The Last Airbender and all the 4? Yeah, I feel like you kind of just align each other back to the way you're supposed to be. Whether that's through fire, water, air, or earth, ground. Yeah, whatever the 4 of them are. But yeah, something about just feeling right in this connection. And it's all very mental. It's all very spiritual as well. Let's move on to the tarot. I'm loving this energy, by the way. It's very peaceful. Some of you might do... I don't know why I'm thinking of Jamaica, because I thought of 2 things, yoga and of course the ganja, but not in a bad way, not in a like, because I know a lot of people use it to escape or to just, you know, feel a certain way. I feel like if you two were to do it, it'd be to just set very chill and calm vibes, like in a healthy way. I don't know why when I think of yoga, I think of Jamaica. I think because I've known plenty of Jamaicans who do yoga. But regardless, let's move on to the Mythos Tarot. You might enjoy traveling as well, but to like peaceful places. I feel like you go out of your way to choose very specific places that aren't going to be very crowded. Like if you go to a beach, you make sure it's a beach that doesn't have a lot of people. Or if you go to a town, you make sure to go to like a small chill town. You don't go to like, you wouldn't go to New York City. Because I feel like your peace is very important to you, pile 2. All right, Mythos Tarot, we have the King of Coins, Hyperion. Yeah, I was getting lots of earthy, grounded energy here. And I did mention Taurus, but also Capricorn and Virgo. We have the Chariot with Apollo. We also have the 9 of Swords with Phobos. We have the 2 of Coins with Oceanus. I've also noticed these are all men, like very masculine men. So your person could be like super masculine. And then we have Justice with Demas. And this is how he would see you, if this is that kind of connection, of course. Oh, back of the deck energy, the High Priestess Persephone. And I love this, I really do. Because whenever you think of Hades and Persephone, you always think of her just melting his heart. So you definitely, if you're the feminine, you have the effect on your person. All right, to clarify the King of Coins, this is the Empyrean Mini Tarot. We have the Ruler of Cups. This is the King of Cups. Clarify the Chariot. We have the 7 of Cups. To clarify the 9 of Swords, we have the 5 of Pentacles. To clarify the 2 of Coins, we have the Anchor. And I forget what this is. I will look into it. But we have the Anchor. And to clarify justice, we have the King of Wands. No, the Knight of Wands. And to other energy, the Pillar. Which I can't remember if this is the High Priestess or the Emperor. Let me do a quick... Okay, I'm glad I looked that up because the Pillar is also the Empress and the Anchor is the Emperor. So we have the Emperor and the Empress here. I really do feel like this is a connection that is just solid and stable, and there's just something so... I feel like some of you may have been together for quite a while, and if so, maybe you're just trying to see how this chemistry can be reinvigorated. And the truth is, I feel like it's always there. It's just a matter of going towards each other and accepting and loving each other, or remembering parts of each other that you just really, really fell in love with, because we did have the love card in the oracles. With the King of Coins and the King of Cups, we have somebody here. I love this combination because this is somebody who can both be very secure, very stable for you, and can also be very emotionally mature, as well as emotionally intelligent, if that makes any sense. This isn't somebody who would play around with your feelings. This isn't somebody who would make you feel a way you wouldn't want to. And if they are, for whatever reason, they would make it a point to really make it right by you. So just a high level of emotional maturity with the Chariot and the Seven of Cups. There is a feeling that you may think this person has other options, because a Chariot is somebody who moves forward steadily, and you may think that for whatever reason you're just not up to their level. And the truth is, they've chosen you for a reason. But with Seven of Cups here, we do have all these choices, we do have all these options. You may think your person has options, but the truth is that they very much want you. There's just such a beautiful... If you knew and understood the way that they see you, how much you are like their Persephone, how much you are the Empress in this connection, I think it would just blow your mind. Like, there are no words to describe it. It's part of the reason why the intuition card came out, because this is all you can only feel with spirit. And the fact that I'm channeling this message so confidently and so loudly, I think it explains why the Phobos and the Five of... I keep saying Phobos, why the Nine of Swords and why the Five of Pentacles came through. I feel like you yourself, Pile 2, might feel a little bit lacking at some points. And the truth is, your person loves you. Your person truly, truly just finds you to be everything that they've ever wanted in a person. I keep saying Phobos because Phobos is, of course, phobia. Can't remember if it's a god or a lesser god or a nymph or something. But there's definitely been nights where you wonder if you've ever been enough for this person, or if, like, there could have been points in your relationship when you thought you were going to break it off as well, especially if this is something that's been going on for a while. And it could be over the fact that you just don't feel up to par with your person. With the Two of Coins and the Anchor, though, you may have had these conversations already, and maybe part of you just doesn't want to believe them. And I understand that it can be hard to believe people sometimes, especially if you've been heartbroken before, or if you've been deceived before by people who just, you know, didn't really show up for you, or maybe they weren't honest with you about whatever it was. But here we have somebody who is very calm and collected, because whenever I think of the Two of Coins, I think of temperance, but on a smaller scale. So, but not saying that it's any lesser, but this is definitely somebody who will set you straight if they ever feel like they've made you feel a certain way, particularly negatively, of course. Because the Anchor here is somebody... I love that we have the Anchor rather than just the Emperor, because this is somebody who grounds you for sure. With Justice and the Conqueror of Wands, though, Knight of Wands, I feel like this is somebody who really goes out of their way to show you that they truly adore you. Of course, with Justice, there could be certain situations that they are bound to legally. This could be, for example, if they have a child with somebody else, they might have to, of course, pay child support, or if they've been married to somebody and they have to pay alimony. There might be certain situations like that. This may if you are married to this person, you may not even be the first marriage, but there is something about this person truly, truly devoting themselves to you, because we have the High Priestess here and we have the Empress. A High Priestess speaks of intuition. I feel like if it allows you to think more clearly, to take a moment away from your person to truly dive into your intuition to see exactly how it is that you feel about your person, you may need to do that. But there is definitely so much love and admiration here for you, pile 2. You are just so adored, because underneath the High Priestess we have the Five of Cups, Leith. And what this makes me think is your person thinks about you even when they're not with you, especially if this is a connection where you're not seeing each other as regularly as you would. Maybe they travel a lot for work, and this might just add to that suspicion of whether they have options or not. And what's underneath the pillar? We have the Magi, the Magician, and the Ruler, the King of Swords. Yeah, this is somebody who is just steadfast on you always. Pile 2, this is somebody who is just, they adore you, and in such an encompassing way that I'm not getting any sort of, yeah, I get nothing negative here. The most I'm getting negatively wise from this person is that they might scare you off, or that you may not believe them, because there's definitely a sense of love here with the Ruler of Cups, the King of Cups, and the King of Coins. Somebody who's both able to provide for you emotionally and physically, security wise. With the Conqueror of Wands, though, I'm also being drawn to I'm thinking of the Queen of Wands now, how the Queen of Wands is somebody who is just drop dead gorgeous and enticing. And if this person is your Conqueror of Wands, they're just always lusting after you, even if you're not around. This is very interesting. So I was going to save this card for last, but we're about to move on to the channeled messages. We have you're veering off path. So what I'm getting from this is that your mind is going off path. It's not you. And it's not this connection, or at least not permanently. If this connection does stray off from that love that we had at the beginning, it could just mean that you need to come back together to really work on this connection. And that could be really fun. It could be very beautiful as well. It could mean something like a vacation where the both of you just spend alone time together. It could also mean that maybe you or your person put things on hold so that you can focus on each other and really just, do the things that bring life to you together. It could also just mean like, if you're doing something more simple, more mundane, turning off your phone at a certain time of the day to just focus on each other. It could be for like maybe 2 hours while you have dinner or when you go out and do certain things. So it could be that, but it could also be your mind. And like I said, if you need to focus on yourself and your intuition to see what is going on with you, because I am getting called that you might need to do a little bit of shadow work, because the insecurities you have, it's not your person. This is just deep wounds that have been lingering for a while that might be coming to the surface because of certain situations that might be around you, or maybe certain things that your person is doing, not intentionally. Like, for example, they could be called to go here or there, or to do certain things. And for whatever reason, those very specific situations and scenarios are triggering something within you that you didn't realize were there before. But because it has to do with your person, of course, it comes back up. But it's very interesting that you're veering off path. It's your mind, and it could be this connection just slightly, but it's nothing permanent, like I said. But let's move on to your channeled message. In fact, I'm just going to leave these here, because you need to be reminded that you are this gorgeous High Priestess. You are this Empress. All right, so this is the Hermit Tarot, and I accidentally got a bootleg off eBay because I wanted to get the one from the official website, but the shipping was just a lot for me. I think the shipping was way more than the actual price of the deck, or something along those lines. So I'm sorry, Hermit Tarot fans. I'm here to let you know I'll do better next time. I will eventually get the real thing. Until then, I'm using this eBay knockoff that I didn't realize was an eBay knockoff, though I guess the price point should have let me know. But channeled messages from your person. We have I Could Be Your Hero, Baby. I love this song. This is that Enrique Iglesias song. So yeah, I definitely feel like he's your hero, or she, whomever your person is, that they are your hero. I just said he because it said hero. We also have I feel the same way. Clarification on the love. The love and even some of the insecurities. Like I said, if you feel like this connection is going to end, it's not because they wanted to. It's because they're afraid they're going to scare you off. So they too have fears that you may leave them because of not being able to prove themselves. We also have wrongful advice. So if you've been going to advice to maybe a friend or a family member, there's somebody who's jealous of your connection with this person. It could be because, again, they provide for you, they're very stable. Your person is something that is very hard to come by. And somebody is out there probably trying to get some ideas into your head. Actually, this would make sense with this. Trying to get ideas into your head about your person not being faithful, especially if they're not always at home and you are, or if they have a specific situation for work, because I am getting that a lot. This also makes me think of, was it Persephone or was it, no, it's Eros and Psyche. Psyche was told by her sisters that, oh, your husband must be a monster if he can't allow you to see him. It's that kind of vibe. It's that kind of mentality that I'm getting with this wrongful advice. We also have this love scares me. Yeah, I could see why it would scare you. This is definitely somebody who is the real deal. But if you're not used to somebody being this this wonderful with you, I could see why it would scare you. What else do we have? Do you think about me too? I feel like you both think about each other a lot, quite honestly. And two more. My life started when I met you. Oh, this is so lovely. I'm open to compromise. If you feel that there's something about this connection that has, again, if you're veering off path for whatever reason, if you feel like there's something that's just gone differently, I really do feel like your person is very willing to compromise. And likewise, I feel like you would be willing to compromise with certain situations as well. Back of the deck energy, definitely. Definitely. So if you had some, what do we have? Definitely. This connection is definitely long lasting and it's definitely meant to be, and it's definitely something that is very, very good for you, pile 2. I don't think you realize just how healthy this connection is sometimes. Maybe especially because, you may have been used to very unhealthy connections, to say the least, or connections where people may just have lied to you or not been very honest, or maybe have used you in some way. This could also include your family, by the way. When you're so used to being treated a certain way, when you're treated right, finally, it can feel very foreign to you. But I definitely feel that there's just something right about this connection. And whatever wrongful advice that you've been getting was planted like a seed to like start this little infection of doubt within you. But this is all I have for you and your person, my lovely pile 2. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If any of this resonated, please let me know. And if you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 3. If you chose the selenite heart, then we have a reading here for you about your person and the chemistry in between you and them. So we have the Illuminator's Amulet card, and we're actually going to use this at the very end. And how this works is it's one of those decks where it answers a question and maybe yes, no, or something in between. So if you have a question that needs to be answered, then by all means go ahead and ask it now, and we will look towards the end of the reading to see what that answer may be. Oh no, I got a smudge here. And yeah, let's look at your oracles first to see what the chemistry between you and your person is. So to start off, we have, let's start with these. Balance. We also have Dear Spirit, bring a gentle touch. Taking risks, interesting. And the now. There's a song about this that's in my mind, but it's not in English. But the gist of it is that all we have is the present, and the present is all we have. So why not just make the best of it? And then we have a quote from I Am So Totally Into You. Ever thine, ever mine, ever ours. Ludwig von Beethoven. So this was an interesting pile. I always take note of like when I'm choosing, well, not choosing, when I'm shuffling the cards and picking out the cards, how they come out. And this was one of the only piles that only had one card per oracle deck. And it was very quick and to the point as well. There was just something very decided about this. And I know it doesn't seem like it would be a lot of chemistry between this kind, with this kind of energy going on. But there's something about just you and your person. It might be more your person than you, knowing right away, this is my person. I'm going to take a risk and say, yeah, this is them. They've definitely set their heart, their eyes, and their mind on you, pile 3. And for whatever reason that may be, I'm not sure. We do have the number 18 here, and in the US, it's the age of legally the age of adulthood. So there might have been something around the age 18 that you both decided on. And the fact that we have a deer makes me think that maybe they've had their eye on you for a while. I am assuming that they're closer to your age as well. Like maybe you went to school together and they decided, yeah, I like this person. Once we become of a certain age, I'm going to ask them out and then eventually get them to marry me. It's very, very concrete and very in order. Like I feel like this is somebody who really wants to do things in a very specific way. With taking risks though, I feel like oddly enough, they still felt like this kind of situation was taking a risk, if that makes any sense. We also have balance and the now. Okay, that was very loud. I'm not sure if you could tell, but that was my stomach. Okay, so right away, I get that your person is very direct. So what this energy makes me think of is like, it kind of makes me think of my parents' energy of like back in the day, you would, you know, be in your 20s and you would decide, I want to marry this person. Sometimes they wouldn't even date for too long. And they would just decide to get married like right away, maybe as early as 18. And it's a very similar vibe, but with taking risks here, like I said, I feel like for them, especially for this day and age, they might consider that a risk, or you could even consider this a risk too, because you may have gotten together rather young, but all you were really focusing on was the now and what the present brings and how you felt in the moment. There is also a sense that one or the both of you might have, I know this is weird, but some sort of breathing ailment or something about your lungs, because as I'm tapping into this energy, I'm finding it actually a little bit hard to breathe. And I wasn't feeling like that just moments ago either. But with balance, one or the both of you could be a Libra, because I am getting a big Libra energy here, but also a little bit Taurus maybe. It's definitely very Venusian, but it's not like overly flamboyant or feminine Venusian. Ever thine, ever mine, ever ours. I feel like for some of you, you may have felt that this connection was very faded or that it was very much meant to be. But it felt right because with Bring a Gentle Touch, I really do feel like there's just something very gentle and lovely about this energy. There's something very, a little bit youthful, but also like you can take on the world. It's almost like, I don't know, it's hard to put it into words, but this connection feels very, very traditional, but still loving, very simple, but yet it gets the job done. I am getting a little bit of Capricorn energy from this as well, because I feel like that energy would suit it. Maybe a little Virgo as well, but this number here is 47, just in case that was a significant number for anybody. Taking risks with the present. This is very interesting energy. Like, I feel like it's very to the point, but at the same time, it leaves me confused. And maybe likewise, it leaves you confused as well, pile 3. How your person just decides to go about you, like they choose you and you're the one. And that's it. And you're like, is there any more to that? No, that's truly it. But let's move on to the tarot, because I kind of want to see what is going on with this connection and this chemistry. I feel like you may feel like there's no chemistry or there isn't at first, but let's see what the tarot has to say. I'm using the Mythos Tarot, which is a Greek mythology-based tarot deck. So for my lovely pile 3, we have the Chariot, Apollo. We also have the Ace of Swords, Chaos. Interesting. We have the 8 of Coins, Chiron. We also have Temperance with Artemis, again with the balance. Oh, okay. We also have the 7 of Swords, the Erinyes, which I want to say are the Furies. The 7 of Swords is also Deception. And then this one wanted to come out. 4 of Wands, Hestia, Goddess of the Hearth. Can't remember if it was Hestia or Ceres who... And then back of the deck energy. 2 of Cups, Hermaphroditus. And to clarify this, we have the Empyrean Tarot. I feel like you go back and forth a lot on this connection, pile 3. But I'm not quite sure if you're... you could be engaged, is the energy I'm feeling the most. Or maybe dating. Or maybe they've already given you their plan of how they want to go about this. But you yourself are still kind of stuck on the first stages of it to see what you want to decipher from this. And this may be the reason why you clicked on this reading, of course. All right, to clarify the Chariot, we have the 9 of Swords, which is interesting because that did pop out when I was shuffling this deck. To clarify the Ace of Swords, we have the 8 of Wands. Decisions being made very quickly is what is coming to mind with these two. To clarify the 8 of Coins, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Something about fatedness. To clarify Temperance, we have the 5 of Daggers, the 5 of Swords. And to clarify the 7 of Swords, we have the 2 of Cups again. And to clarify the 4 of Wands, the Sovereign of Cups, the Queen of Cups. Back of the deck energy, Justice. So there's definitely some sort of marriage situation going on here. Like I said, you might already be married, you might be engaged, but there's something about this connection where... Let's start with the Chariot and the 9 of Daggers. Going forward, there was a lot of anxiety about how this connection was supposed to go about. I feel like you may have said yes a little too quickly, or you may have decided... I feel like some of you might be more in the passive energy and may have decided to allow your partner to make a lot of the more active, what is the word? You've decided to let them make all the decisions. And some of these decisions were made a little too hastily for your liking. With the 8 of Coins and the Wheel of Fortune, there is something fated about this. I'm getting a little bit of South Node vibes. But 8 of Coins is also reaping the rewards of your labor. So this is past life energy. This is a little bit of past life rewards being reaped pretty early on in both your lifetime and in this connection. It's almost like, and this is very interesting to hear, like you decided in a past life you would meet each other again and just get married right away because you spent way too much time in a previous life trying to find each other or figure things out. So in this lifetime you decided you would get together very early on. That's why 18 was sticking out so much to me in that oracle. It doesn't necessarily have to be the age 18, but it could be something very similar depending on your situation, your culture, and whatever it is that you do. So you may have been engaged or gotten together very early on. Some of it is giving a little bit of, and I know this isn't for everybody because this is only certain cultures, it is giving arranged marriage vibes. So, if this is an arranged marriage situation and you're wondering whether there will be any kind of chemistry going forward, it's going to be more sentimental and more emotional than anything is what I'm getting. Because I actually don't see a lot of Wands energy besides the 8. It might get on rather quickly. We do have the 4 of Wands, so it's not going to be bad. It's actually going to be rather lovely. But it's more like... it's the kind of chemistry that is like, you know, it's meant to procreate and that's essentially it. Or maybe relieve some sort of stress or just do um your duties in a marriage or relationship or whatever that may be. It's a little bit um I don't want to say boring because it doesn't necessarily have to be, but it definitely feels like a duty that you owe your person. With the Temperance and the Five of Daggers, I'm getting mad Sagittarius vibes from this. And Sagittariuses are very interesting because they like to display as being very large and in charge. But most Sagittariuses I've met, and this is no shade, I love all of you. You're amazing, you're fun, you're electric and amazing. But a lot of them are actually very submissive. So it's more like talk the talk, but doesn't always walk the walk. They can walk the walk, but depending on their other placements and what kind of, again, culture background or whatever it is that they may not always be very assertive, if that is it. Yeah, with the Five of Daggers here, this connection could be hurt by outside influences and the talk that goes on, because the Five of Daggers, it's not necessarily talk, it's more like you win some, you lose some. So in getting together with your person, you may have lost a bit of your freedom and maybe a little bit of your youthfulness if you got married young, that is, or even promised to each other young. But it's going to balance itself out. I feel like if you were very restricted when you were younger, you're going to have a lot more freedom as you get older. And vice versa. If you had way too much freedom when you were younger, you're going to have, I mean, you still have your freedom, but you'll decide to set those limits on yourself because you've decided, yeah, I don't need all of this. I'm just happy with my house and my situation. At the Seven of Swords, there's just some anger here where it's like some sort of freedom was lost, or you feel like you weren't given enough say in certain situations. And then the Two of Cups, it's not that you regret anything that was done, because there's definitely love here for your person. It's more there's love here for your person, and it's almost like you understood that you were meant to be with them, but part of you kind of wishes you had lived your life a little bit more. With the Four of Wands and the Sovereign of Cups, you're okay fitting into this role of motherhood if that's an option for you, or being a housewife, or for some of you, I'm hearing you're just going to be it's weird. I almost said work wife, but that's not the situation. It's like if your partner is like the head of a really big company, you're okay being a trophy wife. I think that's what I meant to say, but not just trophy wife, because I feel like you discredit people in this position a lot. This also means that you know how to dress for occasions, how to throw the right parties, how to throw certain charities. For some of you, there might be a lot of money involved, and this is part of the reason your marriage was kind of sort of arranged, because it was more of a negotiation. But regardless, the Two of Cups comes out twice, so there's definitely love in this connection. If anything, at the very least, you feel like friends. But there's just something very restrictive about this connection, and it's very interesting. With Justice, we do have a marriage here. What's underneath? We have the Page of Pentacles, so there could have been some money involved. I don't know if dowries are still a thing in certain places, but that could be the situation. We have the Page of Cups as well. I feel like if you want this connection to progress any further, or if you want anything to feel a little bit less emotionless, if you want to bring the emotion back to this, it's going to have to be through you, pile 3, because there's something about your energy that's just very, it's very alluring, because I do get the feeling that you're a very attractive person, but you're also rather intense, and you're also very there's a softness to you. I'm thinking of that doe in the beginning with the oracle, bring a touch of gentleness. The gentleness is going to come from you, because something tells me your person is very high strung, and they may have a very high levels of stress in their career or in their life or whatever it is that they do. And they may be stubborn enough to not even get the help for it, so it may have to come through you. And I feel like through doing these things, you open up like a whole different door to this connection. It's very interesting. I haven't seen anything this arranged. I keep saying arranged marriage, and like I said, I know those are still a thing in certain cultures, but I've never actually dealt or seen with one outside of that Netflix show. I think it's Indian Matchmaker. But like I said, it's not my culture. I was just watching for fun. So let me know in the comments if any of this is resonating, because it doesn't even necessarily have to be that. I know that some people in like upper class, like really upper class, also like to arrange their marriages between, you know, their offspring. I know in parts of Japan they do that, where the family has just such a big name that, you know, it's important who they marry into. It's that kind of vibe that I'm getting, as opposed to here in the US, where anybody can marry anybody, essentially. For some of you, I'm getting that you went to like the same, whatever field you're in, this person is also in. So you kind of both agreed to be with each other, despite the fact that marriage was not like, or even relationships, they were just not like at the forefront of either or both of you, but you kind of knew that your families would be okay with this, and that they already knew each other and you would agree, but the love is only like at the friendship level at most. So I'm not sure if that resonates with some of you. I'm getting like a doctor or dentist kind of situation as well. It's very interesting. But yeah, there is love here, and there is the capacity to have a rather romantic union with this person, but it's going to have to come from you, because this person wouldn't think to really go anything outside what they're supposed to. I feel like, yes, they'll take you to nice places during Valentine's and bring you flowers and send you gifts on your birthday. They may even do them very romantically, very elegantly, but some of it will only feel like it's for show and not always just for you, even though you will appreciate it. And it's not that, again, it's not that they don't have the capacity to love you in a big way. It's just that you have to demand it, you have to ask for it, and you have to show them exactly what it is they will get in return if this is what is given to you. A lot of negotiating in this connection. It's really interesting. But let's move on to your closing advice. So we're gonna look at your amulet or illuminator amulet card to answer your question. We have reflect further for the outcome. Well, I'm glad I got that one first, because the next we have the channeled messages. This is from the Hermit Tarot, and I accidentally bought a bootleg off eBay because the price from the original website was too much, and it's a lot smaller than the actual one. So I'm sorry, Hermit Tarot fans. I will do better, I promise. I just really wanted to use this deck right now for to channel these messages from your person and the chemistry or lack of chemistry in this case, because I really do feel like it's a little bit of a lack. So we have your family won't like me with number 3. If you were to show your true self to their family, or vice versa, I feel like they wouldn't like you. This could explain that restriction. And whatever I had that was going on in my lungs, maybe that's a reaction you or your person have to being put under pressure or having to hide who you really are. Because I was getting that Sagittarius vibes. And again, there is no shade to Sagittariuses. I love you guys. But I know you've been known to be a little bit wild and out there. And some people there are people sometimes who just don't understand or appreciate that. It's giving me that kind of vibe. Listen to your heart. Definitely. I'm going to put that under listen to your heart. You should definitely listen to it. We also have, I'm a very jealous person. I get the feeling your person is very possessive. I would do anything for you. This almost gives me like they see you as a prize. And I was saying trophy wife earlier, so maybe that's the situation here. Okay, we have 2 more. 1 pentacle. This is the Ace of Pentacles. So money is definitely an important factor here. And 4, I don't want to lose you. 2 more? Okay. I have so much desire for you. So your person definitely loves you and adores you and has a desire for you, but it's just so repressed, or they have trouble expressing it. Do you even see me in that way? I'm getting this actually from you, pile 3, because I feel like as rigid and as emotionless as your partner can be sometimes, you wonder if they even want you at all. They may not initiate a lot of things with you. For example, they might not initiate like a date night unless it's like a very specific set date that they know they have to take you on, like your anniversary, birthday, Valentine's, that kind of situation. But if it was something out of the blue just because, I feel like they wouldn't really initiate it. And then the back of the deck, I lie awake thinking about our future. So yeah, your person definitely thinks a lot about not just your future, but theirs as well, and your families. It's almost like they're on this track of trying to do everything right. And I'm actually getting very young energy here. You guys might be in your 20s or early 30s, at an age where you definitely need to be taking it a lot slower, or be thinking less about like hitting all the markers of what is supposedly an adult life, and more about having fun, more about injecting love into this connection. Not that there isn't, but just like really bringing it out. Something about going away together and just truly enjoying each other is coming to mind. And what's underneath this? Yeah, no. So they might be very stubborn. Somebody here might be very stubborn. Number 3, there is someone else. And I am obsessed with your body. So if for some reason this connection ever gets too stifling, there is a chance that somebody else might come along. And this could be another reason why the listen to your heart card is coming through. This is really interesting. And I'm not here to tell you what to do with your life, but if you're unhappy with the current situation, know that there are other options out there for you, pile 3. But this is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I hope this was helpful in any way. And if you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 4. If you chose the shungite heart, then we have a reading here for you today about you and your person and what the chemistry is between you and them. So we have the Illuminator's Amulet card, and the way this card works is it's a yes or no, very direct answer kind of oracle deck. So if you have a question in mind, think about it, and then we'll answer it towards the end of the reading. We're going to start with some oracle deck cards to see what the chemistry between you and your person is, and then we'll go into the tarot. So let's start with your cards. We have Consciousness. We have Cat Spirit, Claim Your Independence. We also have Change. Overrate Your Intuition, with number 2. And she is at once completely familiar to me, but at the same time, she is also a complete mystery to me in some ways. And there are times when we are lying in bed and I look over and sort of have a start. And this is Barack Obama talking about, of course, Michelle Obama. So there's something very beautiful about this connection, because, I mean, just look at these colors. They're all so... I love that this card matches my nails. But these beautiful colors, it reminds me of whenever I've been like on a channeling high, or whenever I've meditated so much that I start seeing like colors around the edges of my vision. There is something about your intuition, and something about how this person really just appreciates you for everything you are. I feel like they understand that you are intuitive, that you're very independent, that you're very connected to source and spirit. And I knew there would be one pile, and out of all of these that would be this way. So I'm glad you showed up today, pile 4. But there's something about your energy that they just truly appreciate and stare at in awe. It's almost like they worship the ground you walk on, and they trust your advice and intellect. With Change here, you might be somebody who's not afraid of change. And that's really interesting, because I feel like most people, they cling on to whatever they know, they cling on to whatever they have, and they're just terrified to change at any cost. But with you, you're not afraid of change, because with change comes different energies, different things. Sometimes we need to change to adapt. And there's something about this energy that your person truly, truly admires and appreciates. There's something about the number 13 as well. So some of you could have been born on a 13th, but I'm also getting luck, something about luck. There might be something that they find rather quote, quote, supernatural about you. And then with the 2, it actually makes me think of the priestess, which is the number 2 in the tarot, of course. With cat, cats might be important to you. You might be a year of the cat or rabbit. In certain Asian countries, it's the same thing because they don't have rabbits or cats. I can't remember. But cats could be of importance. You could be a cat person as well. We also have a small horse, though, so there could be somebody who's year of the horse. Something about your energy, because I just realized that the cat has wings and this horse is flying because it's a balloon. Something about, now I'm hearing when pigs fly, something about you really being an elevated person. Like you're definitely connected to consciousness, but there's something about your energy that makes people feel quote, quote, high. And in a good way. I mean, like you definitely elevate their vibration. You elevate the energy. Something about your very presence and your very being is very very magnetic and very magical. And your person definitely admires this about you, pile 4. It's quite interesting that I'm not getting much from them, except that they like to put the spotlight on you. There's something about them that just, anytime they think about you, they wonder in awe how they've gotten so lucky to be with somebody like you. Because I feel like you're a very rare kind of person, pile 4. Overrate your intuition. Some of you for the longest time may have doubted your intuition because there may have been people who, I'm hearing, lied to you whenever you were right about something just so that they would throw you off, or may have just ignored it or not really paid attention to it. They would just say, that's interesting, but not really go forward with anything. And I feel like your person definitely confirms a lot of your intuitive hits because you might be right several times, and it might even baffle them just how accurate you might be about certain things. Some of you might be psychic as well, and that could freak them out just a little bit. But again, there's just something that they truly admire about you. Something familiar and also a mystery. You may have had past lives together. I do feel like this is a I don't want to say twin flame, but definitely a fated connection. And something really magical. I'm just loving all these colors and how they all complement each other. And they're all very similar because even this cat has a little bit of pink here. And I think that's a heart. It's a very cute looking cat. I'm not a cat person, but I really like this. And there's a little diamond on it, on his or her little third eye. But let's move on to the tarot to see what the chemistry between you and your person are. Because like I said, I'm not getting much from your person because I feel like they like to put the spotlight on you. They might like to show you off to people that will appreciate you. They don't just like to put you on display, but like every now and then you might get like featured on, if they have social media, you might get featured on there, or they might like to show you off to like their family or even the friends who would understand you. And I have the wrong deck. Okay, we have the Mythos Tarot here. To see what we can get about this chemistry between you and your person. So we have the Six of Swords with Eos. We also have Five of Coins with Penia. We have the Knight of Wands, Heracles. We also have Temperance, which also came out in another pile. I'm not going to name that pile because I feel like that energy was very different. And the Ten of Coins with Taiki. And back of the deck energy, we have Two of Wands. And to clarify these cards, I'm using the Empyrean Mini Tarot. To clarify the Six of Swords, we have the Six of Swords again. Okay, so something about leaving situations that are not meant for you. This comes with that change card that came in the oracles. The Five of Coins, we have the Five of Cups. To clarify the Knight of Wands, we have the Seeker of Cups. This is the Page of Cups. I'll double check. To clarify Temperance, we have the Four of Wands. And to clarify the Ten of Coins, we have the Magi. Back of the deck energy. King of Swords. Oh, I love this. So with the Six of Swords showing up twice, I do get the feeling that your person has seen you release things or step away from situations that were not benefiting you. And I feel like a lot of these situations, because it does make me think of that change card from the Oracle, some of these situations may have been things that have had to make you grow through the pain, essentially. Because with the Five of Coins and the Five of Cups here, there's definitely been situations where you feel like you couldn't have gotten out of them any other way, whether it was emotionally or even physically. For some of you, you may have lost finances, you may have lost a home, you may have even lost loved ones in the process. But there is a feeling that this is all past energy for you, because your person enters here with the Seeker of Cups, which is indeed the Page of Cups, and they offer you this. It's interesting. We have the Knight of Wands, so I am getting fire energy, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, but I'm also getting a little bit of earth, actually, because anytime I think of, well, this card looks very earthy with the greenery, but also Hercules makes me think of like a Taurus or even a Capricorn, somebody who's very sturdy and bulky and strong. So they come in with this strength for you. That's what it makes me think of, the Strength card. And not just emotional strength, but also like they offer you this cup of friendship, because there's only one card here and it looks very similar to the Ace of Cups, if anything. So I feel like once they stepped into your life, there was something that transformed about you here with Temperance. It's almost like your life was set in balance. But also the Four of Wands, there's a sense of celebration, almost like there was a feeling of completion. Not saying that you needed anybody to complete you, but it's like you were finally able to find your person whom you knew you were going to be able to go to distance with. With the Ten of Coins, there might be some financial gain here as well. There's something about being able to manifest good abundance. Not just good, great abundance here with the Magi, which is the Magician, and the Ten of Coins here. So something about finding the right people really set your life on the right path for you to have everything that you wanted. Because I'm also thinking of the Ten of Cups card here, even though we don't have it. But with the Magi, the Magician, you could easily transform any of this to be whatever it is that you wanted. It's almost like you came into your full being shortly after meeting this person. Not so much because you met this person, but I feel like they definitely helped you in some way. Like they encouraged you. I feel like whomever this person is, Pile 4, they are your biggest fan. Like they're just all about you. They love everything about you that isn't just physical and sexual as well, but they love everything that you are. They love the way you speak, the way you handle things, the way you have lived your life, and the way you go about just being in connection with the divine, for those of you who are a lot more spiritual. They even love the way you leave things that aren't meant for you, because there's something about strength there that they truly admire about this. I feel like your person just stares at you in awe. With the Two of Wands and the King of Swords here, there is a sense of how do I say this, coldness. Like there's a sense of tact in your mind. Like you know how to sort things out when you need to. You know how to take a step back from emotions when you need to, because even though you are a very emotional person, Pile 4, I feel like you've had to really learn how to develop a thick skin and how to think on your feet. With the Two of Wands here, the Two of Wands is planning, and the King of Swords is being a mastermind at planning. So I feel like they truly appreciate this about you. They may come to you for advice as well. What do we have underneath there? Five of Swords again. Oh wait, there is no Five of Swords. But this is Eris. This is somebody who causes chaos. I feel like you really keep people who aren't meant for you at a long distance. And it's like you're always ready to protect yourself from outside forces that may want to mess with your peace or mess with the kind of person you are. Again, I'm not getting a lot about your person. It's said that they admire you and that they adore you and will come at the right time when you need them, if you haven't met them yet. Because I am getting the feeling that some of you, if you just clicked on this for fun and you don't really have a person in mind, there is somebody out there for you, and just know that they're going to be your biggest fan. They're going to adore every little thing about you, because there's just something, for some of you, you might need to leave a certain situation, place, or people. But this person just adores you. And with the Four of Wands, do expect there to be quite a bit of a celebration. It'll feel like a celebration when you get with this person. Or if you already have met this person, it feels like a celebration every time you're together. It feels like you're always having fun. But in a balanced way, not in a way where it's like, it's not overly chaotic. Because I feel like some people you meet and it feels like chaos and suddenly you don't know who you are or where you're going. But with this person, everything will feel right and it will feel fun at the same time. Kind of like being at a theme park. With the Magician here, something about stepping into your power and being able to do everything. You'll be a master manifester. And you might manifest this person into your life. And if you already have manifested this person into your life, do understand that you can still manifest even more with this person in your life. But let's move on to your advice cards. Because I'm loving this energy. It's almost like being large and in charge, because at one point in life you weren't able to. And it is very admirable. So I can see why your person is into you, even though they won't really show themselves. But we are going to channel messages from them and how they think of you and what the chemistry is here. So we have your amulet, your Illuminator amulet card. So think about that question you had at the beginning. We have shed and release. So for some of you, you might have to release something. It could be a little bit of the past. It could be some grudges you have against certain people or even situations, if certain situations still rub you the wrong way. And it'll just lighten up your energy even more so. This isn't shedding and releasing your person at all. This is shedding and releasing parts of yourself, because I've noticed that this pile specifically has been very you-focused pile before. Let's see what messages we can get from your person and the chemistry between you and them. We have 2, I feel the same way. And 15, I am obsessed with your body. Yeah, they're going to be your biggest fan. 0, I'm ready. And I'm getting a double meaning with this. Not only are they ready for you, but also, you know, they're just always going to be ready for you. Pile 4. We have light. Yeah, you bring in a lot of light into the world, pile 4. Whether you're aware of it or not. 7. Wait. This is for those who haven't met this person yet, of course. Or who are, if you have met this person and you do have this chemistry, shed and release. And that's the waiting you have to do. Basically, they might be waiting on you to shed and release. Number 4. I need more time. I need time for me. So they're definitely going to give you your time and space. They're going to honor your boundaries and respect your space. And they definitely feel the same way. I feel like you will both feel the same way. You'd both feel the same way if you've already met this person, of course. Because there's 2 very different energies I'm picking up on. 1, you've met this person and you're just kind of wondering about it. And 2, you haven't met this person, but they might be coming in soon. Especially with the green card here. 11, this love scares me. Yeah, I feel like they're scared by how much they love you. 15, again. Yeah, what can I say? You guys might just be at it a lot. Which you know, there's nothing wrong with that. 7, do you even see me that way? So, I'm getting a weird bit that some of you might be friends at the start, or you might just be co-workers or colleagues, students in the same, you know, just, you may know each other, but they won't know if you look at them the same way. Maybe vice versa as well. And some of you, very few of you, will be in a connection that is kind of fizzling out towards the end. And they may wonder, or they may catch you, well, not catch you, but they may meet you right as you're ending this connection and wonder if you see them that way. And one last card. My life started when I met you. This is so lovely. Yeah, I feel like you're going to have a new lease on life when you meet this person, or once you get with this person, is what I'm hearing. Back of the deck, you matter. Especially for those of you who have been in connections where or even just situations where you've been made to feel a lot smaller than you are. This person's going to be the complete opposite. They're going to be your cheerleader. They're going to support you and appreciate you in every sense of the way. They're also going to let you know, if they don't already, because I do get the feeling that some of these people already just like cheer you on every time you do something. Even if it's something small, they might just find something amazing to say about it, and it might just lift your spirits up. Maybe. So there's a sense that this is a will they, won't they kind of connection, especially to those around you, or maybe even to just your person or you. And one, I am manifesting you. Yes, this person just adores you in every sense of the word. And if there's any chance that you might have with them, they're trying to manifest you into their life. But just do know that it's going to be good, because we have 3 cards confirming that. But this is all I have for you today, my beautiful pile 4. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Let me know if any of this resonated. And if you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. Sending you and your person so much love. Take care.